Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always.
So today we're looking at Elon Musk, but not just Tesla this time. You guys sent in a ton of articles about, well, let's just say Elon's been busy.
Oh, yeah.
Tesla politics and some, let's call them interesting choices. We can try to figure out how these are all connected. Like, how do his decisions impact Tesla as a company?
And the brand, too. Tesla's image is a big part of this.
Definitely. Get ready for some twists and turns, folks.
Seriously, campaign trails, hand gestures, worried investors. It's a lot.
We're diving deep into all of it.
First thing that jumps out is the timing of everything.
Okay, lay it on me.
Tesla's got their big fourth quarter report coming out.
Right.
And it's like right as President Trump starts his second term. And wouldn't you know it, Elon's got a pretty key role in the new administration.
Not your typical CEO move. From what I've read, he's advising the Department of, DOGE. They're calling it DOGE.
Yep, Department of Government Efficiency. Catchy, huh?
Yeah. Sure, if you like memes.
Yeah.
But also, we got to talk about the money. He donated, what was it, $270 million to Trump and other Republicans?
That's the number, not just checks either.
No.
Active on the campaign trail, even hanging out at Mar-a-Lago.
Good choice.
You don't see that every day from a CEO like Musk. Pretty unprecedented.
And the Tesla investors are definitely noticing. They're all over these online forums, especially, and they're worried.
They have every right to be.
Is Musk spread too thin? That's the big question.
It's valid, how much of his attention is really on Tesla these days?
It's their investments, right? They want to know if this hurts Tesla's growth. Will it affect their innovation? The bottom line.
They need to know.
Absolutely. And it's not just about how he spends his time.
Oh, there's more.
His politics, his views could impact how people see Tesla, the brand itself.
Huge point. Tesla's always been more than just cars, you know?
Totally. It's like innovation, the future, saving the planet, that whole vibe.
Right, and now you've got this baggage, potentially.
And then, to add to it all, he endorses the AfD party in Germany.
Woof. Right before their election, too.
A far-right anti-immigration party. Bold move, Elon.
It really threw people for a loop. Investors, analysts, everyone watching Tesla was like, wait, what?
And brand value, down 26%, according to Brand Finance.
Ouch. They say it's his behavior, plus Tesla's model's getting a little old.
People aren't recommending the cars as much either, apparently.
It all adds up. Bad news for shareholders, since brand value affects the stock price directly.
It's like this dark cloud over Tesla now, all this controversy. And then, oh boy, the hand gesture.
That was rough.
During his speech after the inauguration, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people, like historians, politicians, they're saying it's a Nazi salute.
Not just any people saying it.
Yeah.
Ruth Ben-Gett, huge scholar of fascism, called it a very belligerent Nazi salute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have neo-Nazi groups praising him for it. It's all just, it hit a nerve for sure. Not a good look.
Definitely tapped into something sensitive and potentially very damaging. And the fact that it was a public event makes it worse, not some private thing, you know?
Totally changes the context. So how did Tesla's shareholders react to that?
Oh, they had thoughts. Big time.
I bet.
On say, one investor was like, Elon, just apologize, call it a misunderstanding.
Trying to smooth things over?
Right, clear the air, but Elon's response, not great.
Let me guess.
Calls it a hoax. Basically brushed it off.
Which predictably just made things worse. Like he didn't care about the impact.
Then it gets wilder. He goes on X, starts making Nazi-themed jokes.
I vaguely remember this.
It was bad. The Anti-Defamation League had to call him out publicly. Making light of the Holocaust, not cool. Instead of making things better, he just kept making them worse. Judgment was not great.
And to top it all off, he appears at an AfD rally in Germany on video.
Yeah.
It's like he wanted the controversy.
And that brings us back to the Tesla investors. They're watching all this play out, and they're scared.
They should be.
Will customers be turned off? Will sales plummet?
What about the employees? Do they want to work for a company with this guy in charge?
Legitimate concerns.
It's putting investors in a tough spot. They believe in Tesla, the mission, the tech. Their CEO is out here doing this.
It's a clash of ideals, basically.
So what happens next, T? Does Tesla address this during their earnings call?
That's what we'll find out. We'll analyze every word, what they said, what they didn't say.
The plot thickens. Can't wait to break it all down.
Okay, so the earnings call. Everyone's waiting with bated breath. Right.
Big moment. Did Tesla finally acknowledge the situation? You know?
The investor worries, the political stuff.
All of it.
Not really.
Oh, come on.
They stuck to the numbers. Revenue, production, all that.
Classic earnings call stuff.
Totally. Big talk about the new Gigafactory in Texas, how Model Y demand is through the roof.
So business as usual, pretend nothing's happening.
Pretty much. Which, you can imagine, didn't sit well with a lot of investors.
They wanted reassurance, some sign that Tesla gets it, that they're taking this seriously.
For sure.
Okay, but during the Q&A, did anyone ask Kay about the politics directly?
There were some attempts, yeah.
Oh,
A few analysts tried to sneak in questions about brand image, reputation, that kind of thing.
clever.
But Tesla's execs, they dodged them like pros, steered the conversation right back to operations.
Smooth, but also kind of shady, right? Like they're just ignoring the problem.
Doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Investors are left wondering, do they even care?
Yeah, not a good look. But T, let's play devil's advocate for a sec.
Go for it.
Some people might say, hey, it's Elon's personal life. His choices shouldn't affect how we see Tesla. Valid point.
It's tricky. On one hand, yeah, personal freedom, right? He can do what he wants outside of work.
Separating the man from the CEO, as they say.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Elon's not just any CEO.
He's like mega famous.
Huge influence. His words, his actions, they have weight. They shape how people see things.
And that includes Tesla, whether they like it or not.
It's a ripple effect. A personal choice becomes a PR headache for the whole company.
Fascinating. Really, it's like this new challenge for companies.
Yeah.
How do you handle a CEO who's also a celebrity?
Totally new territory. It forces us to rethink these old ideas about leadership, about accountability.
Whose responsibility is it to keep things in check?
Big questions. So, back to the earnings call. How did investors react to this whole silence initially? It was mixed.
Right.
Stock went up a little after hours. Some people were probably relieved, like, okay, maybe it's not that bad.
Crisis averted.
Not so fast.
Okay.
If you look closer, you see a lot of chatter online, investor forums, social media.
Yeah.
Not happy, disappointed, even angry. Tesla just brushed their concerns under the rug.
So under the surface, it's still a mess. Uncertainty, anxiety, all that.
Big time. Which brings us to the big question. What does this mean for Tesla long term?
Is this just a bump in the road? Or is Elon actually hurting the company?
Nobody has a crystal ball, unfortunately. But we can look at some possible scenarios, right? Play out the possibilities.
Okay, I'm listening. Best case scenario.
Tesla weathers the storm. This all blows over. People forget about it.
And they just keep growing, making cool cars, all that.
Exactly. Focus shifts back to the tech, the production goals, all the good stuff.
That's what Tesla investors want to hear. But what about the not-so-good scenarios?
Well, there's the chance that all this bad press, it sticks around. Starts to hurt Tesla's image.
People stop trusting them, stop buying the cars.
It could happen. Suddenly, that premium brand, that future of the world vibe, it's tarnished.
And new customers. They might hesitate, right? Who wants to be associated with all this drama?
It's a real risk. And let's not forget about the employees.
Ugh, yeah. Working at Tesla, USED to be the coolest thing ever.
Now, some of them probably feel conflicted, embarrassed even. Morale takes a hit.
It might even be hard to attract new talent, right? The best engineers, designers, they have options.
If Tesla's values don't align with theirs, they'll go somewhere else.
So we're not just talking about stock prices here. This could fundamentally change Tesla.
The damage could be lasting. Reputation, innovation, their whole future is at stake.
And speaking of responsibility, what about Tesla's board of directors? What are they doing about all this?
That's the thing. They've been awfully quiet.
Haven't heard a peep.
Which is raising eyebrows, let me tell you. Corporate governance experts are not impressed.
Like, is the board doing their job, protecting the company, the shareholders?
That's their main responsibility, right? Making sure Tesla is run properly, that it's making smart choices.
Makes sense. But what does that look like in this situation? What can they actually do?
Well, for starters, they got to ask Elon some tough questions, hold him accountable.
And maybe, I don't know, put some limits on him, even if he doesn't like it.
It's a delicate balance, but the board has to put the company first, even if it means going against the CEO.
Whoa, okay. Now we're getting into some serious power dynamics here. Can they really control Elon? He's got such a huge personality, tons of fans, and he owns so much of the company.
It's a tough battle. In theory, the board has the power, but in practice,
Elon's Elon. He does what he wants.
and that's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. It's power, influence, accountability, all tangled up.
A recipe for disaster. Or maybe Elon pulls it off. Who knows?
We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. This story's not over yet.
Definitely not. Tesla's at a crossroads. And they have some big decisions to make.
It's not just about them either. This could change how we think about CEOs, about leadership in general.
Big picture stuff.
Oh.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, but this conversation isn't over.
Yeah, it's a wild ride, that's for sure. And it feels like we're just getting started.
It does, doesn't it? We've got Elon's politics, the investors freaking out, the hand gesture.
Tesla dodging questions on their earnings call. It's a lot.
And the crazy thing is, it's all connected. Like, each piece feeds into the others.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just random events, it's a pattern.
Exactly. And that pattern, well, it's making people rethink Tesla's whole trajectory. Like, is this the beginning of the end? Or can they bounce back?
Big questions. And it's a PR nightmare, right? Tesla was all about innovation, being green.
The future company, yeah.
Right. And now, all this baggage. Can they survive it?
Can any anti-company survive this kind of hit to their reputation?
It makes you wonder, what's the role of a CEO these days, especially in tech?
It's not like the old days where they just ran the company and that was it.
Nope. Now they're public figures, influencers almost, their personal beliefs, their actions.
It all impacts the company, whether they mean it to or not.
And it raises these ethical questions, right? Where's the line?
Between their personal freedom and the company's well-being.
Exactly. We're seeing more and more CEOs taking stands on political issues, social causes.
Which can be good, but it also gets messy sometimes.
No doubt. And then there's the whole corporate governance angle, right?
The board of directors. Are they doing enough?
Can they control a CEO like Elon Musk? Or is he calling all the shots?
So many questions. And no easy answers, unfortunately.
Nope. But we can step back, look at the big picture.
Right, because this goes way beyond Tesla. It's about how our whole world is changing.
The lines are blurring, you know? Personal and professional, everything's mixed up.
Exactly. So, listeners, we've thrown a lot at you today, but now it's your turn.
What do you think about all this? About Elon Musk, Tesla, the whole situation?
Is it fair to judge a company based on their CEO's actions?
Does it change how you feel about buying a Tesla? Investing in them?
You want to hear from you. Share your thoughts. Keep the conversation going.
This is a deep dive that's going to stick with us for a while.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride, everyone.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.